Welcome back to Mismatch. We are on chapter 11. All is fair. How are you doing? A few days later, you're standing outside Veronica's office with Aphrodite, checking the time. Question: what book should I record after this one? This is strange. It's not like Veronica to run late. I hope she's alright. She's been late to a meeting 3 times since I worked here. Maybe we should send out a search party. No need, dears. So sorry to keep you. Veronica practically floats over to the pair of you, holding a carrier full of coffee. A new cafe opened up across from my apartment, and I thought you'd both appreciate a little caffeine. Thank you. This is a welcome surprise. Oh, but now I've kept you from your work. Why don't you two come back after lunch? Take a relaxed start today. You watch Veronica enter her office, holding up her phone to read a text and giggling before the door closes. That looks good on Veronica. Well, either you murdered the real Veronica so her perky doppelganger could take over, or she's still glowing from her date with Drew. Sounds like that CEO chef belongs to me now. You know, you're right. You probably have this in the bag. That's suspicious. That's weird. You tilt your head at Aphrodite's lack of witty retort, biting your lip. Well, good. I can't wait to get in and decorate. Maybe paint a bright pink fisher wall. Yeah, that'll really bring out the room. Aphrodite, you're making this less fun. Way too calm. Explain yourself. Come on, you care way too much about this job to just lie down and accept defeats. Well, I've had a good run, but everyone has to admit when they've met their match. Sure. You're just trying to lull me into a false sense of security. No, I think I'm the kind of person who knows to face the music when they hear it. Suspicious. That's weird. Are you okay? Are you running a fever? Did the doppelganger come for you instead? You stare at her, remembering how you overheard her on the phone the other day, until you finally see that familiar glint of mischief beginning to shine through. I don't know. I might have a plan, but even if I did, I don't think a rookie like you was going to figure it out. That's what I thought. You couldn't fool me with that act. What makes you think I won't solve this too? Alright, you want to know my plan so bad? Come with me to the next step and see if you can figure it out. Challenge accepted. You're so going to regret this. At this rate, probably. You eagerly follow Aphrodite outside the office and up 2 subway stops until you arrive. Dun 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 dun! At a colourful flower shop? Petals of every shape and size are packed against every square inch of wall. Aphrodite, what a surprise! I was just about to call you. It's good to see you too, Mare. Okay, well, I apologise that my accent's got a bit... but that's not my fault. You should have revealed that information. Your mouth hangs open as Aphrodite embraces her mother. She turns her radiant smile over to you and squeezes both of your hands. Valentina, I take it. Diana, Aphrodite's description of you doesn't do you justice. I can see why she'd risk a secret work tryst now. Okay, the emphasis was on secret, Mare. Well, I would hope she knows. Aphrodite's mother gives you a wink while Aphrodite runs a nervous hand through her hair, not quite able to meet your eyes. So, Aphrodite, do you tell your mom about all your secret trysts? Embarrassment looks really cute on you. Très mignon, as they say in France. Who's embarrassed? I'm fine. It's just an oven in here. You sure? That thermostat says 65. You know, 'cause we in a flower shop. This is cruel and unusual punishment. Aphrodite takes a deep breath and turns to her mother. You got that rush order I asked for? I most certainly do not. You want to throw another bouquet onto my plate just as wedding season is starting? You're making this one yourself, kiddo. But relax, I set out some flowers for you on the workstation. It'll take no time at all. Plus, you'll have help. Diana turns to you and smiles wide. All right, I get the message. We'll stay out of your hair. As a pair of customers walks in, Aphrodite guides you behind the counter and into a workstation. Colourful blooms of every variety surround you. Well, your mom is certainly a force of nature. How do you think I got so clever? Gotta work hard to get into trouble with a man like her. I heard that. You both share a grin and look around at the flowers. I don't even know where you start. A theme helps. Say you're making a bouquet for a client to give to a match. What would you want the bouquet to say? I would make something rustic and wild, soft and romantic, bright and colourful. That's a beautiful bouquet. Clients come to us for the real, the authentic. I'd rather make a bouquet that felt as down to earth as their love should be. Look at you. You're starting to sound like a real pro now. Only now, this real pro has been toe-to-toe with you this far. Goodness, are you making a bouquet or a bush? You've got way too many leaves in there. It's really hard to get Diana and Aphrodite's voice to sound similar, but not the same. Before you know it, Diana has already stepped in and started snipping down the bouquet you assembled, making it more beautiful with every cut. I can see where Aphrodite gets her eyes funded. Yes, well, she certainly didn't get them from her father. Aphrodite mentions the divorce a while ago. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Messes happen, such is life. We take the sweet with the bitter. She finishes snipping together the bouquet and lofts a brow up at Aphrodite. You must really like this one if you're telling her about the divorce. It's not my fault she knows how to get a woman to reveal her secrets. She's crafty. Speaking of secrets, let's see an embarrassing Aphrodite story, Diana. Or the mom story, Aphrodite. Oh, gladly. Hold on, do I get a say in this? Please, Diana, do your worst. Well, there's the time in kindergarten that she led the naked rebellion. I'm sorry, the what? It was the hottest May on record, and the AC broke at school. Aphrodite already liked running around the house naked, but this was the final straw. One day I got a phone call that Aphrodite convinced all the kids to participate in a clothing strike since they were all hot and tired. Just be glad I didn't become a politician. Well, if those are your deepest family secrets, call me indeed and a little underwhelmed. You want all the good secrets? You should check the flower shop's attic for Aphrodite's secret hideaway. Ooh, that sounds enticing. It's where I would go as a kid while I waited for Mom to close shop. I got up to all sorts of mischief up there. Even though she stopped using it, I don't have the heart to change it. There are just so many good memories there. In fact, some clients are late. Just this once, I could handle the bouquet, and you could show it to her, Aphrodite. Are you sure you're ready to show me something so personal? Well, I have never been ready for anything with you, but that hasn't stopped us. Ooh, yes, Queen. Visit Aphrodite's secret attic. Let's finish this bouquet. No. I'd love to see it. Alright, let's see the origin story then. Trust me, it doesn't end in getting bitten by a spider or dropped into a vat of acid. Aphrodite winks and smiles as she leads you to a door in the ceiling, bumping it open and leading you up a ladder. And if I sounded like a dragon a second ago, my apologies. You wobble up the creaky ladder and into the attic, leaving Aphrodite room to crawl up and turn on a single light bulb. That was bad grammar. Wow, Ma really hasn't changed a thing, has she? The whole room is covered in a layer of dust. On the wall, children's drawings frame a blanket fort filled with pillows. Action figures and stuffies litter the floor. Aww. Well, this is definitely a kid's hideaway. Hey, that's secret lair. Show some respect. Normally, people with cooties aren't allowed up here. It looks like nobody's been up here for some time. I have so many questions about it all. Well, too bad. You only get one answer, so choose wisely. Ooh, the bunny or the axe or the... bunny. Oh, no, bunny. I was going to click the bunny, but... Hey, this is from Quarry Crest, isn't it? It was my favorite game growing up. I'd spend entire weeks of summer vacation running down caves, finding monsters, looting treasure. Mom got so worried that I was spending too much time playing games, so she got me this toy axe and sent me out to play. I broke my leg the first day out and just got to play more Quarry Quest all summer. You shimmy carefully into the blanket fort until you run into an old journal. You read the title on the front. What's Operation Cupid? Let's see what was in the devious mind of a young Aphrodite Olympus. Crap, is that here? By the time Aphrodite leans down beside you, she looks over the journal with a weary sigh. Sorry, I should have asked first. It's fine, I got nothing to hide in there. Not really. May I ask what Operation Cupid is? Back when my mom and dad were fighting but hadn't got divorced yet, I tried to get them back in love. Aww. Mom hated when Dad left the dishes overnight, so I'd do them while he was sleeping, signing a romantic little note next to them. Oh my God. Yeah, Mom wasn't thrilled when she figured it out. The dishes were just the start of it. I tried making my own bouquets, leaving chocolates for her. Oh, Aphrodite, she must have known it was you. You really were born to be a matchmaker. That's so heavy for a kid to take on. I mean, planning romantic gestures before you were 10? I watched rom-coms with my mom and just paid attention to the part she went at. It wasn't hard. I just wish it didn't come from such a sad circumstance. It's like they say, right? Put enough pressure on charcoal and you get diamonds. And she is diamonds. It sounds like your dad wasn't showing up for either your mom or you. Not at all. But I don't think them getting divorced was really what did it for me. It was the bargaining. What do you mean? When my parents started fighting, I told myself I can fix this. When they got divorced, I thought I can still have a relationship with them, just separate. When my dad kept not showing up for me, I stopped thinking they broke up because of each other. I started thinking they broke up because of me. Aphrodite, it's not too late to kiss, girl. This explains so much. Your dad didn't deserve you. I have a baseball bat in my apartment in case you want to knock off some mirrors too. Nah, I'm good. Mama always said the best revenge is a life well lived without him. Honestly, knowing your penchant for pranks, I'm a little shocked. There's a difference between vengeful and petty. You close the journal and set it aside, then tug Aphrodite closer. I have one more question. Well, I'd say I'm an open book, but you just closed it. You sigh and bat a hand against her shoulder. Why are you telling me all this? I'm glad, don't get me wrong. You're just not normally this open? Yeah, I know. Being open isn't really my thing. But something changed. When I saw how your dad looked at Veronica the other day at the bowling alley, I realized a couple things. First off, that you brought some serious heat to this competition and that I need to step it up. Thank you. I'm really trying. And second, how much it reminded me of that moment at the Gambit. The way you lit up when I just bought you some ice cream. I remember thinking that all I want to do is make you smile like that. That is so romantic. She turns to you, reaching for your cheek with her hand and pulling you close. Where is my Aphrodite? Where is my Aphrodite, huh? The way your dad looked at Veronica, I get it. I look at you like that. Sometimes I think you do it too. It's addicting to make you happy. I can't stop myself. But I think about how I've been keeping you at arm's length, trying not to let you in, worrying that you'll move on like everyone else has. Aphrodite's arms tighten around you, as if to confirm that you haven't disappeared. Oh, Aphrodite. I'm going to kiss her tenderly, hold her close. You tug Aphrodite into your arms, nuzzling your head against hers amidst the comfortable dark of the pillow fort. A long sigh escapes you. I'm not going anywhere. Do you hear me? Aphrodite nuzzles the side of your face, and you hear a deep, relieved exhale leave her body. You're getting too good at this. It's what's taking my breath away. Just as Aphrodite leans her lips closer to yours. You kids better not be canoodling up there. I've got a wedding couple coming in 5. You giggle with Aphrodite and pull apart. We better head downstairs. I don't want to get you in trouble with your mom. Yeah, I don't really need help with that one. As you make to leave, Aphrodite squeezes your hand. Thanks for seeing all this and not running away from it. Or me. I'm here to stay, Aphrodite. Can't get rid of her that easily. Aphrodite kisses your cheek, then helps you down the ladder. Diana shows off the finished bouquet to you both before you head back to the office. You've returned to Veronica's office after lunch to reconvene. A glowing smile is still on her face. Valentina, Aphrodite, I hope you're both free tomorrow night. I have a fundraiser to attend and the 4 of us are going. Who's our 4th? Drew. Your father, of course. You two get to test your CEO skills on investors. Besides, I know the bar has seen better days. This way he can court investors. It's foolproof. Memories flash in your mind of your father's blue-collar upbringing. You imagine people in fancy dresses, gossiping as your dad folds a napkin into his shirt. Veronica, isn't this a little intense? We appreciate the help with the bar. I know the bar isn't the main reason you're doing this, but it means everything to my dad. I understand, and believe me, I'd like to be of some help. These investors work with restaurants all the time. Trust me, we both appreciate this a lot. Are you sure about this, Veronica? Aren't you worried about Richard showing up? Please, Richard has always hated these events. Hell will freeze over before he comes to this fundraiser. That is suspicious. Oh, Aphrodite, could you stay a moment longer? I had a few things I wanted to discuss. Okay, I'll just text my dad the news and get back to work. Ba-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-da-ba. You rush over to the stockyard after work and you find your dad behind the bar. Zeus sits in front of your dad, whining as he pockets a bag of treats. Arf! Sorry, buddy, I'm cutting you off. That's 5 old treats today. Woo! Your dad reaches over to scratch Zeus's ears, then looks up as you burst inside. Dad, did you get my text? You have to go to a charity fundraiser tomorrow night. He pulls his phone out of his pocket, reads the message you sent earlier, and then nods. Sounds good. I'm free tomorrow night. Donnie's got the night shift. You are way too calm about this. Why shouldn't I be calm? I get to eat a fancy dinner, hang out with Veronica, talk to some folks. It'll be easy. Veronica is introducing you to stupidly rich people to talk about the bar. This is like a 5-park fancy event. Panic! That many? Well, great. I'll never run out. Dad! You groan, grabbing his arm with both hands and dragging him from behind the bar. I know how to fix this. I tell you, it's very fun to do French accents. You steer him to the boutique next door and begin throwing suit and shirt options at him, immediately burying him in clothes. What there? Warn the guy about the clothing avalanche in advance next time. I'm giving you a makeover and then I'm giving you high society etiquette lessons so you rock it at this fundraiser. I don't know, Junebug. Your dad isn't that hopeless. Don't you trust me to show Veronica a good time? You turn around and face your dad, taking the mounted of formal clothes out of his hand so you can meet his eyes. Dad, Veronica needs to see that you're willing and that you can meet her halfway, like she did with you at the bowling alley. It's my job to help you study up so you can schmooze with the bougie investors and that starts with the right look. And it ends with you winning over all those deep pockets. Let me help you, please? Alright, I want to be my best for Veronica and for the bar. I'll try on one of these looks, but no promises. You wait eagerly beside the dressing room stalls. When your dad emerges, you grin wide. Oh damn, he cleans up nice. Oh yeah, between an etiquette lesson and this, you'll have this nut date in the bag. Oh, I mean, he do be looking fire. No. I'm sorry, Dad, but I've got to save those gems. If you really think you can handle yourself, I won't push you. Just understand this is going to be a big deal. Look, I get that you're worried, but I've gotten this far in life with the bullets I have. I know what I'm doing. You put the clothes back, biting your tongue as worries continue to churn in your mind. Alright, well, here's the event address. Make sure to show up on time. I'm going to check in with Veronica and meet you there. The following night, Veronica is touching up her makeup when you arrive in her office with Maggie in tow. Veronica smiles at you both, tucking a stray hair aside. Well, how do I look? Like a wealthy heiress with a mysteriously high number of dead husbands. Maggie, that is... I think what Maggie means is absolutely perfect. Daddy's going to lose his mind. Really? It's not too understated for him? Not at all. Though I never took you for a woman to fret about your looks. You always seemed so self-assured. Yes, well, it's new to me too. I thought I was too old to have butterflies, but here I am. Well, you're never too old to fall in love. It means you care about him. Lean into it. Someone's been reading the company handbook. What can I say? It's well written. The author's probably a great matchmaker. Veronica reaches forward, gingerly taking your hand. She meets your eyes and gives you a smile. It's a good thing I like you, Valentina. It certainly makes having feelings for your father much easier. Veronica. Before you can elaborate, she stands in front of a mirror and smooths the fabric of her dress. Now then, are you ready for your first charity event? Aphrodite will surely make a strong showing. I'm expecting that, but I'm here to give her a run for her money. Well, in the interest of evening the odds, head down to the boutique downstairs. These charity events are about as glamour as much as the fundraising. I think you'll find something suitably refined. As Veronica leaves, Maggie stares at you with a wide-eyed grin. Veronica handpicked something for you to wear? Oh my God, Valentina. Is that a normal thing for a boss to offer someone? Nothing about this situation is normal, but if her approval also comes with a stunning wardrobe, we don't say no. Exactly, Maggie. Dragging you out of the office, Maggie takes you straight to the boutique. As you enter the boutique, the clerk gestures you over and pulls out a beautiful, elegant cocktail dress fit for a charity ball and boardroom alike. It's wonderful. Ooh. I think since we turned down Dad's one, I think we'll take this one. Because she's looking bougie, fine as heck. You step out of the changing room and show off in front of Maggie. Okay, not to be melodramatic, but you are killing it. No, like really, an old person could see you and get a heart attack. You are that pretty. Songs, Maggie? Yeah, we'll go with songs. Now come on, we'll be late. You and Maggie hail a taxi and head uptown. You arrive at a hotel just outside Central Park. Guests in lavish gowns and sharp suits are dropped off by limos. Oh my God. I know, right? I wonder how many of them have committed white-collar crimes. Maggie, she is fantastic. One of these days, you need to tell us how much of this is you or what Deborah drew it into you, Max. As you turn to face Aphrodite, her eyes roam your body with surprise, taking in your dress. Wow, Valentina, you look... She reaches like she wants to take your waist when you both see Veronica get out of a town car, and she drops her arm back to her side. That's not playing very nice, you know, looking like that. Sank Veronica, it was a suggestion. And that's not playing fair. It's a good thing the advantage won't matter. Oh, and why is that? Have you figured out my plan yet? Please, I've been too busy making sure my plan works. You look across the way at the entrance where Veronica meets your father. Veronica looks over at Drew's casual attire. She arches an eyebrow at him, but something he says makes her smile despite herself. You realize he's going to get torn to shreds like that, right? Since you haven't put forward the match yet, I just have to hope tonight goes well. Bold of you to assume I don't have a match. Is it Richard? No. You have a match, you're bluffing. Thank God this is still a competition. Something suspicious. Am I? If you really had someone, wouldn't you have done something by now? Maybe I'm just lulling you into a false sense of security. Alright then, who is it? Aphrodite gives you a tight, strained smile. Something hides beneath the surface. You can feel it. Maggie, why don't you go pickpocket someone or whatever you do for fun? Valentina, walk with me. But that's only a weekend thing. I'll be out here, Valentina. You frown in concern as Aphrodite leads you into the party. You're apologizing to Maggie after this. That was rude. That's fair. I just didn't want to show you this with her in tow. You spot Veronica and Drew speaking to a couple patrons of the event and eavesdrop on their conversation. Veronica, oh, it's been so long, dear. How have you been? Madeline, oh, busy. You know how it is, but it's lovely to see you. The women exchange a friendly greeting, complete with kisses on the cheek. Veronica smiles and motions Drew forward. Madeline, meet Drew. Drew, Madeline, and I grew up together. A pleasure. Oh, you must be one of the charity recipients. How gracious of you to bring him along, Veronica. That's not... Actually, Madeline, Drew's bar in the middle of Chelsea has created many a success story for Two's Co. Don't tell me. Is it the stockyard? How did she know? You wince as another patron edges into the conversation with a smirk, but your dad doesn't pick up on their snooty tone. You've heard of us? Oh, we've heard that you have the poor taste to show up here in flannel shows the poor taste of your bar. You watch your dad bristle at the insult, but bite his tongue and force a smile while Veronica hesitates over a reply. Charles, that's hardly... I sure hope you don't associate with such a bar, Veronica. Think of how it would hurt Two's Co.'s image. Poor Veronica. Why is she letting those assholes be a dick to my dad? Those assholes are part of the society that Veronica has to navigate. This is why your dad and Veronica aren't going to work together. Their lifestyles don't match. Hey, that's not up to you to decide. They both care enough to try. Isn't that what matters? That they're willing to overcome their differences for how they feel about one another? Sure, they're trying, but trying isn't succeeding. You tune back into the conversation where the newest patron is still ripping into your dad's bar. I mean, who serves deep-fried cheese on the same menu as whiskey? Who the hell invited this guy? I did. You whirl around to face Aphrodite, eyes widening in fury. You did? What the hell, Aphrodite? Veronica came to ask me for advice on who to invite. This guy provided the angel fund that got Two's Co. off the ground. So, he's awful and cruel. I don't understand why you think Veronica would want me here unless you wanted this to happen. You knew this would break up my dad and Veronica here. I didn't want this to happen, but your dad needed to see what he was up against if he wanted to be with Veronica. My daddy's about to get his heart broken, and you didn't want me this could happen? What is with you? First you take me into your childhood and make speeches about wanting to open up more, and then you do this? Are you even the same person right now? I'm not out here to hurt your dad's feelings. There was never going to be a good way to do this. Excuse me? What about my feelings getting hurt? Making people happy? Screw the contest. Isn't this job about finding people the love of their lives? About making happiness? Veronica's happy with my dad, and you're trying to ruin that for her. Unfortunately, Veronica made her moment-to-moment happiness the deciding factor in a contest for my dream job. That means I have to provide her with the happiness she thinks she has with your dad isn't as strong as she believed it would be. I get this is a contest, but I just thought there were lines you wouldn't cross. I thought that I meant enough to you that you wouldn't play dirty. Aphrodite closes her eyes and lets out a long, deep breath. When she opens them, her gaze is heavy. I didn't want to hurt you with this, but you need to understand exactly why I did this. Veronica told me she wanted to make sure Drew could fit into her world. really fit into it, so she knew he wouldn't run out later. She went off the deep end with bowling night. It's only fair that your dad faces a similar fire tonight. Eating greasy food and being bad at bowling isn't the same as dealing with some entitled snobs. Yes, it is. This is the life Veronica grew up in. These are the people she learned to exist among in order to be successful as she is now. She's inextricably tied to this world, Valentina. If Drew wants to be a part of her world, all of this comes with it. If he doesn't see what he's up against now, if he can't handle it, it'll be more painful breakup later. For the both of them. Aphrodite, I hate that you're right. This still feels dirty. I get what you're saying, but I can't forgive you for making my dad go through this. Aphrodite looks down. Her shoulders look heavy. When she speaks, her voice lacks the spark you're used to. At the end of the day, you and I are still competing. You've brought the heat, but now I'm playing my end game. This is what it is. I'm making big moves, being efficient, and speeding up the process so we can finish this already. Before you can respond, you hear your dad and Veronica arguing as the investors walk away from them. How can you stand them? I felt like a cow being stripped on into parts. I'm so sorry. They have their catty moments, but there's good in them. They were insulting me to my face. Those are the people who are trying to buy this dockyard and turn it into a gentrified yoga studio. They're taking years of character away from a neighborhood to be trendy, and you let them treat me like dirt. Are you suggesting I'm like them? I didn't see you doing anything to show that you aren't. A familiar face walks up to the pair mid-argument, holding a very familiar flower bouquet. Oh no. Veronica, my darling wife, I fucking said it was Richard. I said it, but I didn't think she would stoop this low. But she did. She did. Veronica, my darling wife, I'm so sorry I'm late. I saw these flowers at the florist's and had to get them for you. Richard? You stare from the bouquet you made in Richard's hands over to Aphrodite, your mouth agape. Veronica said it herself. She isn't here with your dad on a date. All's fair, right? How did I call that from the start? Okay, how... I really thought better of Aphrodite. The one good thing is that I'm right. Tune in next time to see if they've actually got a future or if Aphrodite's just torn the whole thing to shreds. And who will get CEO? Stay frosty, puppies.